Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video. Let's talk about Cybl stock. It is coming down. It is absolutely coming down even lower. I think we could see 005s. I'm thinking 005s is when buyers are going to step in. Buyers are not stepping in right now. I have not added, and I'm not going to add here at 007s. I'm going to be patient and wait for 005s next, and that's where I will add probably 10K at that point. Because I just made money here off of AITX, that short-lived pump that it got. So I'm sitting pretty on some gains. Now it's a question of how low is this Cybl going to go. It had a massive pump here, so I wonder how it would be shocking if it came down to 003s, 002s like AITX. That would be shocking if it came down as low as ILIS and AITX. That would be an absolute shocker. I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I'm just going to hold off at this point. I'm sure people are crying right now. No, you know how people are. They're probably crying right now in the Discord. Oh, I don't understand all this bullish news. We have to see where the buy and holders are going to love this stock. They don't love it at 007s. Then it's going to come down to 005. That's going to be the next level. Oh my God. Yeah, this should be coming down more, in my opinion. I predict this is going to come down to 005s. If it does not hold 005s, we're going to 003s. Those are the two big levels. For ILIS and Cybl, not Cybl, for ILIS and AITX, when they came down to 003s, 002s, that's where buyers tend to step in. I don't know why those specific numbers. I don't know why people love 003s and 002s. I have no idea. Don't ask me why. I don't know why that is, but those tend to be like the numbers where people step in. So I would expect that. I would expect 003s, 002s, and 005, those big round numbers. That's where I expect buyers now. Since we're not seeing people step in at 007s, people don't want it at 007s. That's interesting. I mean, it's possible it retraces its entire move and we just go back to 003s. Absolutely possible. Not even going to lie to you. That's why I have not added my biggest position. I told you I'm going to add my biggest position, but if it's just going to keep coming down like this, no reason to. Let's wait for the bottom. All of you clueless people that think MD Advisor is doing a great job have no clue. We go down daily because Mark lost all trust. This guy's like a permanent. This guy's so weird because he says all this bearish stuff, but like he must be like a huge bag holder or something because he was so excited back when it started pumping. Bloodbath or buying opportunity. I'm buying October 25th. When was October 25th? He bought up here. Came back up for him if he sold. If not, he's holding a big bag at 1.3s. Cybl, can you imagine what are they going to do when they unleash the Q3 numbers? All the pent-up news just waiting to be shared. Going to be huge. Hold on, people. Real company, real revenue. This guy, how does he go from that to 40 million shares are now worthless? Thank you. Can't scam. You are a criminal. This guy's a nut. Look at the change in look at the change in behavior. Broke support here officially, so expected to now test 200 MA at 0044. I expect 005s and then 002s and 3s if it doesn't hold 5s. So I'm holding back. Unfortunately, the issue is OTC stocks doesn't move on performance. Only on hype, and OTC has been dead since 2021. Yeah, OTC has been dead since. It's not this. It's never going to be like in 2021. Never, absolutely not. That right now for penny stocks, the game is to hold. Wherever it bottoms out, you buy and hold it there. You buy your biggest position there, and then you flip it when it pumps. That's the new OTC now. And it's not going to pump hundreds of percentages. I think I just showed you guys this. I just showed you this with where's AITX. AITX pumped yesterday. I already sold for a cool 2.3K. And guess what? If it comes down, I'm going to buy that bottom yet again. And I'm going to continue to bag the longs, and they can hold the bag on that. That's the name of the game. This is the new OTC. You bag the longs. You use them as liquidity. You sell them the shares, and they buy thinking it's going to go to the moon because my stock is so special. It comes down. You just rinse them, really. That's what it is. The OTC has never been, this goes organically to dollars. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. If it goes to dollars, it'll be a reverse split, merger, whatever the case may be. And I'm showing you AITX because if you go to the AITX Discord, they were so excited. Oh my God, this is it. They were literally going through what Cybl went through. And it's funny to see those cycles. So please do yourself a favor. Be a long when it actually is on a higher exchange. Don't be a long right now. Not a good idea, in my opinion, to be a long on OTC. That's just how the OTC is. This didn't even move with good news. I see it going much lower in the next few weeks. They need to move to, the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. He's absolutely right. They need to get out of here, or it's just going to be a pump and dump. It's just going to be a flipper's paradise, which is exactly what AITX and Cybl are going to be, for me at least, and for others. It's not going to go to the moon. It could barely get above 2 cents on all that hype. I want you to think about that for a second. Let that sink. All the hype, all for it to not even break 2 cents. We're not going to 10 cents organically is what I'm trying to say. Not even 25, not even $1. I know you don't want to hear that. I'm just giving, if you want a biased channel, go to Buffalo Fireside Chats. Tell him to talk about Cybl. He'll tell you, I'm sure he's more than willing to lie to you and tell you lie to your face and tell you, hey, this will go to dollars. You better believe it. Woo! I'm sure he will. He'll probably dance for you. OTC traders make no sense. The company was trading above a penny consistently before CE, and there was massive speculation of a single government contract at that time. This is massively undervalued. I guess it's time to massively reload. I agree that traders are going to do what they do, which is wait for it to get cheap and then dump it on the longs. So I don't actually know. No. I disagree. I think this is headed for 005s. We have a lot in the pipeline, but that doesn't mean anything. The game is about bag or be bagged. I feel bad. I feel bad for the people that thought this was going to go to the moon who chased up here. I don't see this coming back. If I'm being honest with you, I do not see this coming back to 2 cents. All the volume, all the hype, all that buying pressure, we might not get that ever again. This might have been a one-time move. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future, but you really think about it, unless this thing goes to CE again and then comes back out of it again, I don't know where the money's going to flow from. They would have to hit us with some big news. News big enough to get people excited to jump in and buy. Because right now, the people in the Cybl Discord, they're not enough to hold up the stock. In the AITX Discord, there are enough longs and even flippers in AITX to hold that at 003s, 002s. And maybe ILIS might hold 002s here if it has enough strength there. But if not, if people aren't in agreement in terms of this is really undervalued, this is really cheap, I'm just going to keep accumulating here at 002s or 003s, then it's just going to, if people are in agreement, it'll stay there. If not, it's just going to keep dropping. So I don't think the Cybl Discord doesn't have the strength to hold it. We'll see if they show up at 005s, 003s. But if there's no strength in this, it'll just go to triple zeros. Regardless of how amazing you think the stock is. I know people don't want to hear the negative side of things, but that's the truth. That's why I'm holding off. I'm going to wait. Even I got maybe too excited to buy on the way down because I'm like, oh, this is going to come down. Okay, give it to me cheap. I'll keep adding. But at this point, it's looking like we could go to 003s, 005s. But the volume here, look at this volume, 381. Damn, that's a lot of volume. 381 million, 134 million, 298 million. And then, then we hit that top. Let's look at the monthly. I'm curious about that monthly candle. Almost a billion in volume. 897 million on that monthly candle where we went to 2 cents. Almost a billion. Almost a billion. That's really, it's going to take I want you to think about that for a second. It's going to take almost a billion in volume for us to get to 2 cents again. I think about how much trading volume is required just to get to 2 cents. It takes almost a billion. So I want you to keep that in mind. That's important to know. It's important to know how much volume does it take for this to get moving. It takes quite a bit. It's not a low floater, unfortunately. So that's another takeaway. We're learning a lot. This is kind of just how it is. A stock pumps, it dumps, and you learn a lot along the way. You learn where the levels are going to be. You learn what's the highest point it can get to and how much volume it takes to even get there. And, well, the company, see, notice how I'm not talking about the company. There's no reason to talk about the company. The company's doing fine. I have nothing negative to say about the company. But this is the OTC. We should see this come down even lower. Let me look at the weekly one last time. The weekly, the MACD is about to cross under. And I know some of you, well, what does that mean? Well, let me show you the opposite side of that. The AITX weekly MACD crossed over, and guess what happened? It pumped. I made a cool 2.3K. And actually, I think a week or two ago, I made a video saying, hey, AITX might pop here. It's getting ready to cross over in that MACD. Every time it does happen, we get a pump. Even if it's short-lived, it's a pump, right? And it happened. So the opposite side of that, unfortunately, would be if we cross under on the MACD on the weekly for Cybl, we're going to come down probably to 003s, 005s. So it's the opposite. And I know some of you, again, you probably don't like hearing this, and you probably don't like the fact that you're seeing that it is something that can happen. To the opposite side, it can happen as well, as I just showed you with AITX. So this cross under, it has to hold here. If it doesn't, this cross under will happen, and we will go to 005s, even as low as 003s, because that's going to mean a couple of weeks of downside probably. So that's why I'm saying they have to step in here. This is a lot of awesome data, though. That means the next crossover we get on the weekly is going to mean a lot of money to be made. Let's look at the monthly, see what the data is here on the monthly. Nothing interesting. What's the quarterly looking like? Not much info. What's the hourly looking like? It's looking like it's just going to continue to fall. Okay. Yeah, if it doesn't hold here, you can see even on the 3-hour time frame, it's 005s. Yeah. 005s is what it's looking like. There you go, guys. Okay, so probably the thing to look out for is for that MACD cross under on the weekly. If that happens, just stay away from it, and I'm not buying until it bottoms out at 005s, 003s, wherever it may be. This is the kind of analysis you need. That's why you watch these videos, so you know the best time to buy. Anyone buying right now, I hope you're not buying big. I bought some shares up there at 1 penny, but I'm not concerned because I didn't add a big position. I'll add the big position when it bombs out. You never want to add big up here and then it comes down to 003s, and now you have to hope that it comes back up for you. It's the opposite. You want to add a little bit here, maybe even a little bit here if you want. I'm not gonna. And then add the biggest position down here so that when it does pump, despite the fact that you have shares up here, your average is so low because you lump sum such a big position down here that it doesn't matter. That's how I like to do it, personally. Alright, guys. That's it for the video. I will see you in the next one.